Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today, Scorpio, you guys got koi fish spirit. There is always enough. Number 36 making a 9. So a 9 symbolizes the end, right? Like getting to the end, approaching the end. So I feel like this is something, I don't think it has to be something very hard. Like it's like you've already learned this lesson. That's what I'm getting. Like you've already learned this, but for some reason you're going back at it. See what I'm saying? There's some sort of doubt or something that's like in your head right now that's making you go back to a problem, right? But you already learned this lesson. That's why I keep getting, like, you already learned this. Especially with a 9, I feel like you learned this back in like the 3, 4, 5, 6s, right? So now it's just like, you know, we give you that little doubt, or we plant that seed, or we make it an option for you, right? But you're not supposed to choose that option that goes into like the lack mentality, because if you choose that option, it just shows it's like, you know, you didn't necessarily learn it. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of, it's kind of like when you already had the test on something and then they give you a final, and this is like on the final. It's like you already learned the lesson, but it's like, is it still fresh in your mind? That's kind of like what I'm getting with this. It's like the final right now. And we're like, you know, we already took the test on like all the subjects. It's like, did you learn the lesson, right? Because if you did, then you can go past this and you get to the 10, and that's a new beginning for you, right? So I just feel like you already learned this. This doesn't have to be something stressful. This doesn't have to be something that makes you feel some type of way where it stalls you, right? The 9 is supposed to go briskly, like sharply, like quickly, that's the word, quickly into the 10. 9 goes to 10 quickly. It's not a 5, it's not a challenge, it's not any of those things. It's supposed to just automatically go to the 10. So Scorpio, I hope that's the case, because I just don't feel like there's any need for you to stall right now. Let's pull some cards on this though. So Scorpio, I feel like this reading, they want you to know that you already have that knowledge within to make the right choices and to do, again, you're about to get to the 10. That's what I'm getting. Like you're right there. You're right there. But what I'm getting with this read is that there's still things in the past that tug at you, right? And I think it's about integration and not so much of I feel like you have to integrate, right? That shadow still. And I feel like you're worried if this other person has as well integrated their shadow, right? So this is about like integrating that shadow. I feel like this is both of you guys' shadow. It's so, this reading is interesting. It's crazy. It's either you're choosing an air sign over an earth sign, right? So air is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and earth is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So it's either you're choosing air over earth, right? Because we have these two, you're coming up twice together, right? Like you're coming up here as a true pair, right? The king and the queen of air. And then you also have the king and the queen of pentacles, but they're both in reverse. So I feel like, I feel like some of you guys might be choosing an air sign over an earth sign. And that's like what this reading is about. And for others of you, I feel like you're not choosing a person like over another, but you're choosing, I think, a part of yourself over another. So I feel like this is your shadow for both of you. This is like a part of your shadow. You and this, if you're dealing with only one person, then this is a part of your shadow that I feel like you're trying to like integrate, and you're wondering if they themselves have integrated it as well, because they're coming up next to each other. So you're wondering if this queen of air has integrated their shadow, and you're also wondering if you've integrated yours, right? Because I feel like the only way to be together, I feel like this is the lack mentality. Yeah, this is the lack mentality. This is like, do I have enough? This is that shadow, and this is both of you. Both of you have the same shadow aspect, which is very interesting. So again, you're coming up as a true pair twice. This is something you're meant to learn from this person. Both of you were meant to learn this lesson with one another. I feel like it's this koi fish energy. That's the lesson here, right? Lack mentality. Is there enough? And we have pentacle energy. So that's the problem here, right? And that's what the Seven of Swords is trying to allude to. Like, the issue between the two of you, what's interesting is like you both have the same like shadow, you know, which is crazy. And I feel like the shadow comes out in many ways for the two of you. And it tricks the two of you, and it makes you guys think like, okay, maybe there isn't enough. So I feel like it has a lot to do with this partner. Maybe you don't feel like, you know, they're offering you enough, or maybe you don't feel like they are doing enough for you. Like, there's something here about this partner, and you guys feel the same way about each other, which is like, that's the craziest part with each, like, you're both learning the same lesson together. And what I'm getting with this lesson is like, it has to do with the koi fish spirit, and the koi fish is always about a lack mentality. So how does this, again, there's so many scenarios that this could take effect to in the 3D, right? I'm trying to give examples. Another way you can think of lack mentality is scarcity mindset, right? Like a scarcity mindset. So I feel like maybe the two of you are always wondering when you guys are gonna mess up. Like, you know, it's like, oh, when is this person gonna mess up? When is this person gonna, I feel like that's something, like, you're always wondering when this person is gonna like hurt you or betray you or do something bad to you. That's what I'm getting with these three cards. Like, I feel like that's the masculine's mentality, and I feel like the feminine is mirroring the masculine. I think you guys have the similar shadow. So it's like, okay, like, when is this person going to betray me? So you guys are already like putting a clock onto when this relationship will end. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the wrong way to go about it, but I feel like that's one of the issues that you've had to deal with. Maybe jealousy, right? Like, you know, am I enough for this person, right? Like, am I like the confidence, right? Like, you need to be with this person. It's very, very encompassing of like this scarcity mindset. I don't think either of you could ever say like you think of it. Like, I don't think you guys feel that way, right, anymore, but I feel like this is something that you've had to overcome before union, right? So if you've already known this person, you guys have broken up, what I'm getting with this is that you come together when you have learned the lesson, right? And when this is not an issue anymore, right? That's when you come together. And for others of you who are choosing between two people, that's the lesson here. It's like, I feel like if you're choosing between two people, then this person, this earth sign, is the same as you, where you both, you know, you take the 3D and you make it into something that it's not. Again, like, money's over everything, you know, we can be jealous with one another, like a lot of low vibe things, you know, like, taking money and thinking it's like the most high, right? And taking the jealousy and, you know, like 3D things, like taking anything and making it like something that's poisonous. So family, right? Like manipulating a family dynamic, manipulating money, manipulating a job, like everything is like, you know, what can I get? It's like a selfish energy, these earth signs and earth. So again, either you're choosing between an earth sign and an air sign, or you are just choosing how you're deciding how to integrate those two parts of yourself. And I feel like that's what both of you guys are doing. And maybe this person also had a test too. Like this feminine energy also had a test between, you know, an earth sign and you. Like, again, I just feel a very strong mirroring energy here. But the best way to integrate the shadow is to understand where this comes from. Again, you've already been put through this test. That's why I keep getting, like, you already know this lesson. So now it's just time to pass the lesson. So passing the lesson, if it would mean to be choosing the air sign over the earth sign. That's one thing I'm getting. Again, you don't know everyone's chart, but you know when someone is, you know, with you for money and with you for love. You know when somebody wants you because they want you because you make a lot of money, you have a lot of money, or you seem to be like a wealthy person, or they want you because they actually love you, right? Like, that's a clear indication of like choosing between two people. Who do you have the most love for? Another thing I'm getting is like, so basically it's like either you're choosing between two people and that's the completion of the lesson, or if you're trying to integrate this self, it's like, why don't I feel good enough for this person? Why do I feel jealous when I'm around this person? Like, what is it about this person that triggers me to making me feel like I'm not good enough? Do you know what I'm saying? Or what is it about this person that triggers me into feeling like, you know, again, whatever the scarcity mindset or lack mentality is for you, everyone's gonna have a different situation. I'm trying to give examples, but it's really hard because everybody has like a different thing going on. But it's like, how does it apply to you? If you can learn to integrate that within and like understand, like, I am good enough for this person. I don't have anything to prove to this person. I think you're both doing the same thing, which is crazy. Like, you're both in the same state where you both, you know, put a lot of work and put a lot of effort into trying to be what the other person you think wants you to be. And I don't think you have to do that. I think this person loves you unconditionally. You're coming up as a true pair twice. Another thing that I'm getting from this reading is that this is not something that you can think about. I think you're mastering like overthinking. That's why I think I'm like, you're mastering overthinking. You're mastering the mind. There's a lot of mind energy here, which I feel like they're telling you to not put any work into, right? Like anything that how do I explain it? Your mind is taking you to places, I think, that are like, they're not even real. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's part of the scarcity mindset, where your mind and your imagination takes you to places that it's not even a real thing. Like you're like, this person's gonna, again, you guys are already like setting an end date. I feel like this is something the both of you do. Like, this person's gonna betray me, so I'm just waiting for that shoe to drop, right? Like, no, that's another part of the scarcity mindset, that, or you make an end date with one another, and that's not necessarily real. So I feel so much integration having to happen with your shadows. Again, like if you're very jealous when you're with this person, if you don't feel good enough for this person, if you feel like this is gonna end, like again, there's these habits of like, and it's in the mind, right? It's like where you go in the mind that you have to stop going to. And I feel like it's a very slow thing for you to have learned this lesson, but I don't think this person tried to make you feel any type of way. I think that's just the way you felt around this person, because you really like this person. You want to impress this person. So you put yourself, you pressure yourself to be good enough for this person. And I think at the end of the day, you're good enough. Like, there's nothing you have to do. This person is choosing to be with you because they love you. They don't see, again, this is coming from your own mind. I feel like at the end of the day, the best way to get through this energy is to understand that you are good enough for this person. If you let go of the scarcity mindset and you let go of this, like, I'm not good enough, or this is going to end because of blah, blah, blah. Like, if you let go of that and you come from a place of love and a place of authenticity, where you do see like your value and your worth, then I feel like, again, that's when the two of you can come together. Do you know what I'm saying? Again, like, this person's coming up at the end. This has been a very slow journey. I think this has taken a long time for whoever this is, but that's what I'm getting with this. It's like when you choose to stop fighting against each other and start working together, because the two of you have similar shadows and the two of you have similar things that you need to integrate. I feel like you two make each other feel similar, right? So like, maybe you're not the only one super jealous. Maybe they are too. Maybe you're not the only one that's like waiting for something bad to happen. Maybe they do too. And this is something that you have to learn to come back together. Like, the only way to come back together is to go through this lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, then I feel like you end up with the wrong person, to be honest, right? And I feel like it's because of your shadow that you're attracted to this other person, by the way. Like, if you're someone who's dealing with two people, it's because of that shadow aspect of yourself that you're attracted to this other person. So maybe this person is not as good looking as, your other person, but that makes you feel safe, right? Like, there's something about this other person that makes you feel very safe, right? Like, oh, they're not as pretty, or oh, they don't have as much people like hitting them up. They're a safer option for me. Honestly, like, that's a terrible reason to be with someone, but that's what I'm getting with this. I feel like you just want the safer option, right? And the safer option is like that this person, again, might not be as attractive. This person might not be, whatever it is about this person, like, it doesn't trigger my ego as much as this Queen of Air does, right? So I feel like that's the only reason you're attracted to this person, because they're a safer option. That's what I'm getting. Like, why would you want to play with that? I don't know. But I feel like there's someone here who, like, if you don't learn to integrate that shadow side of yourself, you're going to choose the wrong partner, because, again, you're looking at a place from scarcity mindset. So it's like, again, it could be like, oh, this person has more money than the other person. So I'm looking at it from, like, again, who's going to be more better for me in terms of, like, money. And it's like, oh, the richer person, right? Again, whatever drew you to this other person, it was the lesson that you needed to learn about integrating your shadow. So if you're not integrated, you're going to choose the wrong person, because, again, I feel like if you're a jealous person and this person is like less attractive or has less people hitting them up, you're going to choose this person because it's like, oh, it's easier to keep up with them, right? If you're like someone whose scarcity mindset worries about money, you're like, well, I'm going to choose the person who has more money. Again, this doesn't necessarily have anything to do with love. This is a union that was placed in your path so that you can choose between two people, but only one person is the right person. And I feel like the right person, again, you two are coming up in reverse. The right person is the Queen of Air. And I feel like the Queen of Air is the person that challenges you, is the person that puts things into perspective for you is the person that makes you have to be better. And that's probably the problem. Trying to be better for, you don't want to have to be better for somebody else. You want to be better for yourself. But this person challenges you, right? Like the air sign is the one that challenges you. So you have to, again, like this person's not going to accept anything less than the best. And that's why I feel like you're going to go with the safer option. Some of you are going to go with the safer option because it's less work for you. But I see like the best thing for you to do is to integrate those parts of yourself. Again, why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Why do I feel like, again, this person is such a catch? Like, why would they want to be with me? Again, that's your shadow speaking. That's what I'm getting with this. That's your ego speaking. That's fear. That has nothing to do with love. If you came from a place of love, then you'd see that this is like the only option for you, right? And this is a person making a decision. So now I'm really getting the fact that you do have a choice maybe between two people, right? And I think the only one that you should be choosing is the Queen of Air, the person that does challenge you, the person that does make you feel, okay, like maybe I have to step it up. Maybe I have to work harder. The other person I feel like just makes you have to like coast by. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do anything and this person's going to accept that. And I don't think that's the right energy ever, especially when it comes to a union. I feel like a lot of you are going to choose maybe the option that is easier with the strength in reverse, and that's not the way to go. This is going to basically prove to you if you've integrated that part of yourself or if you have not. You know what I mean? Like, if you've integrated that part of yourself that doesn't, you know what, like this person that I'm dating is very attractive and a lot of people want them, but they chose me and I'm comfortable and I'm safe and I know that this person loves me. If you can come from it in a different direction, this person doesn't have necessarily all the money that the other person has, but you know what? This person works very hard. This person's very diligent, and I know like we can be prosperous together. We work together, and I help her, and she helps me. If that's like there's two ways to look at it. If you go from it in one direction, you're gonna be here. If you go for another direction, and I feel like the air is, I feel like it's an elevation, and honestly, I feel like you're supposed to go by heart energy. Right? And I think the only way you can go by heart energy is if you've dropped the lack mentality, the scarcity mindset. So this is really a test to you. I keep getting this week, test. But that's the reality of the situation. Like when you're choosing between two people, or if you don't have to choose between two people, but it's like something triggers you about this person and it's this lack mentality, it's a scarcity mindset, then you know that you still have integration to do. I think this has been a very long process. It's a slow process, but I see victory for you if you are able to do the work, right? And pay mind to the fact, to your shadow, right? And to like that little voice in the back of your head that's telling you like, oh, you're not good enough. You know what I mean? I don't feel like this Queen of Air is going to do anything, right? With the Three of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse, I feel like this person is literally like, this person is silent because this person, at the end of the day, I feel like the Queen of Air is someone who's very confident, and the Queen of Air is not confused. And the Queen of Air, I feel like, is being persecuted for being someone who's like maybe truthful or honest. And I feel like that's wrong, right? So I feel like that's why the Queen of Air right now is not doing anything. That's what I'm getting with these two cards. Like the Queen of Air is not moving, and the Queen of Air is never going to change. That's what I'm getting it too. Like I feel like the Queen of Air has already maybe integrated their shadow, and they're just like kind of wondering what the hell you're doing to this masculine. And I feel like the masculine doesn't know what they're doing because again, it's like it's a tough choice for this person. You know what I mean? But I don't think the Queen of Air is meant to be doing anything at this time. I think the Queen of Air is just meant to be sitting there. Again, I get that for a lot of signs, like a lot of the feminine energies are supposed to just be not doing anything because there's nothing left for the feminine to do. You know what I mean? The feminine has already taken their stance, and their stance is that, you know, I'm not going to change who I am to be you. So it's like, I'm not gonna like dress down so that you can feel more comfortable. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like, you know, dress in baggy clothes for you to not have people stare at me in the street. Like that's what I'm getting with this Queen of Air. The Queen of Air just like does not care, in the sense that she's very confident, and if she says she wants to be with this King of Air, then I feel like that's true. Again, like parts of your shadow might doubt that. You know, like I just feel like this Queen of Air is very attractive, and that like puts you in a position that makes you feel uncomfortable. There's something like about this Queen of Air that their confidence or something that they exude that makes you feel uncomfortable or less than, and that's what's supposed to trigger you. Same thing maybe happened reverse, right? Maybe something triggered the feminine energy and they had to kind of get through that energy. But I feel like, again, this is a time for union. So if the test is like, if you both have done everything that you were supposed to do, then there will be union between the two of you. And if you have not, then there will not be. Let's pull some advice. So yeah, you guys got Bridget, the goddess of eternal flame. I'm an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter and brighter. That's exactly what's happening here. I feel like if you learn to integrate your shadow, then you're gonna be more and more comfortable in who it is that you are, right? And it's like, again, this person might be more attractive than me, but if I'm confident in myself, then I know that, like, you know, it's like trusting you and trusting your partner as well. I feel like trust is a big thing here as well, because there's, like, I think jealousy in this relationship. There's a lot of things that this person triggers within you, and I think it's a mirroring. So it's not just you, I think it's this person as well. Triggers both of you to be better, in the sense that's like, you know, you're both very attractive. People are going to come up to you all the time. Can you trust one another? You're both very successful in your own types of fields. Maybe that is something that triggers the two of you to do better, right? To like a competitive between the two of you, like a competitiveness between the two of you. Whatever it is, I feel like it's something that's supposed to challenge you with this air energy. It's supposed to be harsh, but it's supposed to elevate you. And that's what I'm getting with this flame. It's supposed to elevate you. You're supposed to grow brighter and brighter. It's supposed to make you both stronger. It's supposed to put you both more in your element. The triggering is like a good thing. Whereas I feel like the two, again, if you're choosing between two people and it's this earth energy, this is like a facade. It's a tricky energy. Again, I feel like you might go with a safer option, but that's not going to bring you to the 10. The safer option is not going to, like, again, the safer option is not going to help you guys grow. You know what I mean? The safer option is just going to keep you in stagnancy. So I feel like this is a hard lesson, but I feel like someone here has to choose the right thing. I think the Queen of Air has maybe given up on this relationship, because I keep getting the Queen of Air, like, is not doing anything. Because I think a lot of this has to do with maybe the masculine figuring it out, because the masculine right now is here with the Seven of Swords. So I feel like it's the masculine's turn to kind of understand this energy and work with it or work against it. If you work against it, you're going to be here, you know, with this other partner who, you know, everything's just a lot easier with this person, to be honest. But I don't think it was ever meant to be easy. I think it's something that's meant to be hard. Like, life is not, like, I don't get where these people get this perception that life's supposed to be easy. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, anything that's easy is usually not as worthwhile as anything that's hard to get to. Do you get what I'm saying? So, Scorpio, I hope this made sense. This was like all over the place, but it was like very hard to understand the dynamics here. Again, you're either choosing between two people or you're choosing a person, but you have to integrate your shadow to be with this person. So that's what I'm getting. Scorpio, if I didn't give good examples for scarcity mindset and lack mentality, you can look some up. And find, like, that's the list that I would make, like a list of, like, what is it that triggers me and makes me not feel good enough to be with this person, or whatever it is, like, makes me feel jealous or makes me feel like this is going to end. And those are the things that you need to work through. So yeah, Scorpio, I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.